the show then by putting the spotlight on hair loss solution startup Traya. They've raised 75 crore rupees in equity funding from Xponentia Capital. Saloni Anand is the co-founder of Traya and now joins us on the show. Saloni, congrats on this fundraise. Take us through what exactly the game plan is for utilizing these 75 crores.
Thanks, Avanne. Thank you for the question. I just want to say a little bit about Traya before I get into answering what we are going to do with the fund. We started this company with a very clear vision that we want to really help people grow their hair, and this is a market full of products but very little success. We went through that struggle personally, and hence the focus here has always been how can we really help customers see results, better results. Keeping that in mind, we have sort of evolved to what we are today, and last 3 years has been around that. However, the first thing that we want to spend this money on is how to make it more accessible and more easy for people, especially the masses in tier 2 and tier 3. So today, if you have to start Traya, you have to either come on the website or go on, download the app, take the hair test, get a diagnosis, and then you get started. And that's very important because it's part of the efficacy. We're working on interesting models on how to make this more accessible, and that will really help us penetrate in tier 2 and tier 3. So that's number one. Number two, that goes without saying, R&D in our formulations. Because I think while we have one of the best efficacy here on table, we have to constantly work on how can these formulations get better? How can there be new formulations coming in? So a lot of money will get into R&D. That's something that takes not just money, but a lot of time. So we like to really start thinking 2 years, 3 years out when we think of R&D. So that's number two. And number three is, hair loss is reversible, and Traya has a great solution here. But there is one very big challenge with this problem. And the challenge is that nothing in the world can grow your hair in like 10 days, 15 days. It takes time. So though there's great efficacy, we see that people don't use the treatment consistently for 5 months, which is the number, the sweet spot when you actually start seeing results. So we're going to put in a lot of effort and money into tech, team of doctors, people, process to really help our customers get that phenomenal customer experience, that hand holding, that support that they need to reach that fifth month and complete the treatment and see results for themselves, because that's what we are here for. To give you an example, we're building tech currently where there's an entire team just building tech that predicts if Avanne went and starts Traya today, our prediction algorithm can predict and tell you based on your health profile, age, etc., which month you will start seeing regrowth results. So we're spending a lot of sort of investment into tech would be the third piece.
Would you be willing to disclose valuation in terms of what this pegs it at after the fundraise?
So not revealing valuation, but the entire amount that we have raised is 75 crore. We've raised this from Xponentia Capital solely. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, fair enough. But moving right on, help us understand the average order value for the customers and how much of the user base of yours currently from the non-metro cities.
Sure. So, Avanne, the average order value, Traya sells a customized kit based on a diagnosis. The average order value is 2,500. It could actually very well range from 2,000 to 3,000, but the average comes today at the way the scale is at 2,500. This is a monthly kit. In this 2,500, the customer gets a diagnosis, a report, a dermatologist prescription, all the products that they have to consume in that month to sort of get started on the treatment. They also get access to unlimited access to a Traya hair coach where they can book an appointment and chat for any help queries they require during the treatment. So that's the AOV. The second question that you asked was about metro, non-metro. I think in the last 1 year, this ratio really changed for us. We grew about 2.53 times in the last 1 year. And this three times growth actually helped us move into non-metro, and that was by design. So in fact, today, if I look at data, 70% of Traya customers are non-metro, and just 30% are metro. This number was exactly the opposite, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
So, Saloni, where do you stand when it comes to your financial metrics in terms of what the operating scale is? It's grown to about 62 crore rupees, I understand, for FY23. Are you still loss making?
Oh no, we've been profitable. In fact, we turned profitable early last year. And FY23, yes, we clocked 61 CR. We clocked about 240 CR in FY24, and we were profitable in FY24.
So, what's the current user base that you currently enjoy, and is it largely online, your web, your mobile services? How much do you leverage third-party marketplaces?
In terms of user base, I think in the lifetime of Traya, I think 8 lakh or 8 to 10 lakh is the range of customers. I can share precise data with you of people who would have used Traya and come on to and started Traya. This, in terms of growth, today, for example, we have all our customers coming in on our web or app, and that is again by design. The reason we are so heavy on our app and website is because it's not just a product that we're selling here. We're selling efficacy. We are responsible for their hairy growth. And that can only happen if they come take a diagnosis. We understand what's happening in their body. We customize the treatment. There's a whole hair care team of doctors and coaches working with them to get them the results. Keeping that in mind, now that you understand we stand for our efficacy and that's why we exist, keeping that in mind, we have shied away from just putting in Traya products in various other channels. Very recently, we actually put some of our refill products on Amazon, and this was more because the base of Traya customers who have seen good results was growing, and their demand was, hey, can we get our maintenance refills on Amazon? It's just so much easier to order from there. But that, I would say, is probably 1% of our revenue. For all good purposes, we are a dedicated website app company. In terms of future growth, we plan to stick to this because we don't want to do anything that will dilute the 93% efficacy that we hold. That's something that we love, and we do everything to sort of hold that true. However, we are finding ways of making this more accessible through other ways where we can probably add an element of conversations, consulting, maybe offline in future, where the customer gets to interact with Traya. However, it would be very unique, and wouldn't be how a product company generally does it, because we don't intend to sell Traya products loosely. It's not, the magic is not just that Traya has some oil that grows hair. No, it's the entire ecosystem that we've built here, the tech, the people, the process, and the formulations, the customization that leads to the results.
Right, so, can you give us a sense as to what roughly your orders are per month currently, and how you're planning to grow your online presence?
We don't intend to increase third-party stores. Like I said, 99 point something percent of revenue comes from our store, which is our app and web. We intend to grow that. It's amazing how tech savvy India is. Even at tier 2 and tier 3, people are very comfortable downloading a mobile app and using it. And I'm talking about people who even come and choose to speak in Hindi when you speak to them. They're absolutely amazing at using an English app. Um, and having said that, and having that learning about India, it's amazing that we are at this time where we could really use tech to scale this. So we would want to stay first party focused. In terms of our scale on a monthly transaction level, we would be probably transacting about 1.8 lakh orders per month currently.
Well, we wish you all the very best. Thanks for joining in.